This is HuffPost Live Music. I'm Ricky Camilleri, and our guests just performed their songs Harpoons and 2,000 Hands. Please welcome Sandra Vu, Jules Medeiros, Ryan Wood, and Nat Kiefer of the band SISU. Guys, thank you so much for joining me.
Hi. Thanks.
How you doing? What an amazing performance. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
So your debut album, Blood Tears, you released this album. What was it like for you recording a debut album? Did you put a lot of pressure on yourself, or was it more of an organic process to just sort of get these songs that you already had out there?
It was definitely an organic process. I didn't really even intend to make a complete record. I just had these demos, and Ryan here, my partner, my creative partner in the band, he pushed me to finish the songs, and he's more engineer, technical side of it, and he made the demos sound like real songs.
They were awesome. I'm like, this is great music. Let's move forward. And
Yeah.
it was pretty no-brainer on that part.
What's it like for you when you get in there to make them sound like, as she said, like real songs? What are you bringing to the table?
It depends. I mean, every song's different. Sometimes it doesn't need anything.
I mean, I'm recording into whatever, really crappy gear.
Yeah.
Sometimes the microphone on the laptop, which is, not solid, and
Drums on the table.
yeah, that, I don't know, he just mixed it and made it sound right.
Definitely getting kind of a shoegazy vibe from the band. What are some of the influences that you listen to going into this album? And do you listen to music as you're recording, or do you try to keep things at bay?
I am a huge My Bloody Valentine fan, so it's just always ingrained in me, and it maybe doesn't sound like My Bloody Valentine at all, but my guitar playing, that's what I like, and just elements of it. But I don't listen to things and make sure it sounds like this or that. I keep it just in my subconscious, I guess.
Well, one of our viewers definitely picked up on the My Bloody Valentine. We have a comment right here from Tiff GM. Says, getting a curve / My Bloody Valentine vibe. So that's interesting. And so when you're recording a song or when you're writing a song, if you start to notice an influence of some kind, do you try to sort of put that away and come up with something different? Are you worried about being too influenced sometimes? Shoegaze is kind of with chillwave this past few years, and shoegaze, it's a sort of big resurgence in the music community.
Yeah, I don't fight it. If I feel it, I don't fight it. I just let it go. Like the second song that we played, I was talking to you earlier about how I'm also a huge Stereolab fan, and that's the rhythm of the guitar is obviously influenced from that band. So I definitely don't fight
On
it.
2,000 Hands.
Yeah, 2,000 Hands.
Yeah. Should we let the audience know what Stereolab song, or do you want to keep it secret?
Transient Noise.
Yeah, it's that album that's like Transient Noise, something,
Yeah,
something,
I can't
something.
remember exactly the title of it. Yeah.
Yeah, so you released this album after a little while of a wait, since you had released some music beforehand. Why so long of a wait? Why did it take you so long to get the music out there?
It was, well, I had joined Dum Dum Girls about, almost 3 years ago. Jules plays in it as well. But that really kind of put a pause on the whole SISU thing, because Dum Dum Girls' schedule is really, really busy. So, I mean, we toured for almost 2 years straight, kind of off and on.
We have a comment actually about Dum Dum Girls. This is from Frank M. Says, Sandy, how does it feel being at the forefront in SISU versus being behind the drum kit with Dum Dum Girls? Also, of the 450 live acts I've seen, yours is the only one where someone rocked both the guitar and the flute.
Oh, really? I guess Junior hasn't been around in a while.
Someone clearly missed Jethro Tull.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm working on.
That's a current reference.
I get that question a lot, and there are different things about both that I love. So it's definitely different being in the front, and singing is just really scary to me in general. So making sure it sounds right. Whereas drums, it's so much more, I don't know, about blunt force.
Right. How do you singing is sort of terrifying for you. How do you overcome that stage fright?
I don't know.
Just sort of suck it up and do it?
Yeah. We played so many shows last year. I just got gradually more comfortable. I'm thinking about it as I'm playing, but I guess I just power through it. I don't know. Yeah.
And you mentioned Stereolab and bands like My Bloody Valentine, who are
Yeah.
80s into the 90s. And I think, the past few years, as we said, there's like a big sort of synthwave movement, and we're seeing a resurgence of 90s guitar rock again. Do you guys sort of see yourselves as a part of that, or are you just doing what you do?
Well,
We actually, like, going into SISU, we were listening to Portishead Third.
Really?
Or 3. We were like really obsessed, and that kind of, I mean, we're not trying to model that, but it had a nice blend of live band and keyboards.
Right.
And we really just liked that mood, so.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
such an interesting mood to reference for this. I don't necessarily hear that, but that's really cool.
It's kind of grown to its own thing, but I mean, that was
Yeah.
a huge, it was blowing our minds at the time, so.
yeah. Well, I mean, and we love like Silver Apples, which
Yeah.
Portishead like clearly had been influenced by as well. But so there's that like older synth element, and then the guitar like shoegaze thing to mix together. I don't know. It's kind of schizophrenic because we want to be like, we can be more of an electronic band or more of a guitar band. And
So a lot of influences ranging from all over the place, and
Yeah.
sort of trying to combine them or just sort of take wherever the ideas
Yeah.
come from, right?
right, exactly.
Absolutely. I want to pull up our community here. We have some people joining us via Google Hangout. This is Lauren Hennessy, a singer and actor, Marnie Epstein, writer and music blogger, and Rebecca Ann, managing director of Tinderbox Music Festival. Guys, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
So, Rebecca, you say, what question do you have from the band? You said that you saw
Thanks.
them play recently?
Yeah, I saw you guys in Brooklyn just a couple weeks ago, actually.
Thanks for coming.
It was, yeah, it was a really fun show. I had a really good time. I noticed that you guys didn't use a kick drum for that show, and like someone else said, you guys played the flute, which I thought was really cool. It just kind of worked with the song. Do these instrumentation ideas come up during songwriting or rehearsal or recording process?
Actually, about touring really is when they come up.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like we like the kick-less setup, but it was kind of a necessity thing. Like we literally didn't have enough room in our tour van, I think, which was why we started doing it. But also, obviously, like it does work because it gives the electronic drums more room. So it is definitely post-recording. It's like a way of adapting the songs to a live performance.
I also get to move around a lot more.
You get to come up in the
Shake my-
spotlight a little
There we
bit. Yeah.
Let's pull Marnie in for her question. Marnie, what do you have to ask?
Hi guys. Well, I know Harpoons has its genesis in a very specific single submarine sound, and I was wondering if that approach is typical of your inspiration and writing process.
It is typical, I suppose. It really was inspired by the synth sound that was, it might have even been called like submarine or something, but it just, yeah, it kind of put me in a mood and in a place, and like a really specific visual like reference for me, and not only visual, like feeling as well. So I just took it and like ran with it. Yeah.
I have a question for you guys that for some reason I haven't asked and nobody else has yet. Where does the name SISU come from? Seems like such an obvious question that it's stupid of me not to ask.
Well, it is, we thought we were making up a word, but it turns out it means something in Finnish, and we respectfully adopted it as our own too. So it's just, it was a name, but in Finnish it means extreme perseverance. And
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's really important in
What is
Finland.
SISU's extreme perseverance?
I don't know.
Which
I
I
mean,
guess in
it was
Finnish English that
unintentional.
would have been, what is extreme perseverance is extreme perseverance. That makes no sense.
being in a band takes a lot of perseverance.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah, we toured like insane last year. We opened for Cat Power. We opened for Marnie Stern
Wow.
and Widow's Peak and Dirty Beaches. We played shows in every month. It was insane. that was
What was it like opening for Cat Power? That's amazing.
it was amazing.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
It was very.
We're
incredible.
huge fans. Yeah.
Yeah.
We were like doing vocal warm-ups and before our set, and she came in. She's like, "What are you guys doing?" Like, what? You don't do vocal warm-ups? She's like, "Hell no!" While smoking, playing with her dogs. She's awesome, but
Right, the
honestly-
woman with the most beautiful voice in music smokes cigarettes and does no vocal warm-up.
Exactly.
Okay,
Really
that makes, yeah. Let's get another question in from our community. Rebecca, you had a question about the songwriting process?
Yeah, does it happen? Is it more of a collaborative process that happens in the studio or at rehearsals, or does Sandra write the songs and then you guys flesh out the arrangements together?
She pretty much does everything. She writes it and tells us what to do.
I mean, I did write all the songs. In a way, it is collaborative on like a production level with Ryan. So while I play and I do record most of the instruments, and Nat played drums on, even though I can play drums. It does get collaborative more when we set up for touring, definitely, because it doesn't sound exactly like the record. But yeah, that's kind of how we do it.
Well, Rebecca and Marnie, I want to thank you so much for joining our community and asking SISU questions. And SISU, I want to thank you so much for playing for us and answering my stupid questions. Thanks so much, guys.
you.
It's great to have you here.
you.
And I want to remind our viewers that you can earn 2 times thank you points on dining out and entertainment with the Citi Thank You Preferred card. You've been watching HuffPost Live Music.